Everyone, Mr. Grainer today with a commentary about my thoughts on E3 2014. So, first off, I'm only going to talk about Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. I'm leaving Ubisoft and EA out of it. This is only about the big three competitors. Next off, I'm not going to really talk about the games at all, really just what I thought of the performance of all three conferences. So, let's get into it. First off, Microsoft. I think they did a good job this year. Definitely far better than they did in 2013 at E3. They were seriously embarrassing. Sony knocked them out of the water. Sony blew them out of the water last year. But Microsoft definitely improved since last year. They showed nothing but games, mentioned nothing about Kinect at all, didn't even reference to it at all, which is a great thing to hear. I really hope that the Kinect becomes irrelevant in the future. In fact, I hope it dies in a fire one day. I just hope that Kinect ceases to exist. I hope all motion gaming ceases to exist one day. And one day we ask ourselves, what was motion gaming years ago? I really hope that happens because motion gaming is just a gimmick. It's a useless, shitty gimmick, and I hope to never look at anything involving motion gaming ever again. I just want to use a controller or a keyboard to play games. Or virtual reality, if it turns out to be better than a gimmick. So, I'll get back on virtual reality with Sony's conference. So, overall, I think Microsoft did a good job. I give them a B because they showed nothing but games. They showed a lot of exclusives, actually quite a lot. They showed some multi-platforms here and there, didn't really show, I don't think they actually showed one indie title, maybe one or two, but from what I remember, nothing. So, they definitely did a good job. Congratulations to Microsoft. Now, Sony, their conference this year is alright. It definitely could have been better. In fact, it was really boring. I just couldn't wait for it to be done with. All they really showed was a bunch of indie titles, which indie titles are good, but I wanted more than that. Um, a lot of multi-platforms, which you could easily get for the Xbox One or PC, and a few exclusives. The only footage of exclusives they showed was scripted gameplay and a teaser, and I think all of you know what I'm talking about. But I believe they did show something about TV, PlayStation Now. That's cool, I guess. I hope PlayStation Now is actually something useful in the future. I hope it's not another OnLive. Anybody remember what happened to that? Does anyone even remember what OnLive was? I remember seeing ads about it all the time, but it turned out to be a huge failure. Failure, I mean. Excuse me. They also showed a bit of Project Morpheus, which is their version of the Oculus Rift. I really hope that virtual reality doesn't turn out to be a gimmick when it comes to gaming. In fact, I hope that it turns out to be something huge. I really want not motion gaming, virtual reality to be something big in the future of gaming. Just something that doesn't, I just don't want it to be another motion gaming gimmick. In fact, if it does turn out to succeed, I definitely see motion gaming being involved in more than just gaming and pretty much all of technology, whether it be science, just anything technology, because let's be honest here, scientists and such, they're definitely going to use it for research and projects. So, Sony, they had an alright conference, but they could have definitely done better. It was just boring. A lot of it was just filler, just nothing you really cared about. So, I give Sony a C on their performance. Could have been so much better. I thought Sony won E3 last year, and Microsoft did the worst this year. It was kind of the opposite. So, finally, Nintendo. My thoughts on Nintendo? I thought they did the best. And I'm not even a Wii owner. A Wii U owner. That's right. Someone that's not a Wii U owner is admitting that Nintendo did the best this year. The reason for that is because they showed nothing but games. They showed that there's going to be a lot of games. In fact, yeah, a lot of games coming out for the Wii U in the next year and a half. So it looks like Wii U owners are going to really get a lot to play. So congratulations to Nintendo for their performance. I think they did a great job. I give them an A. They just did the best out of everyone. So overall, Nintendo did the best, Microsoft in second place, and Sony in third place. So, when it comes to consoles so far, the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PS and Wii U, 2013 was the year of the beginning of the 8th generation. 2014 was the year where the developers figured out how the consoles worked, how the specs, how the consoles perform, just everything about them. And now 2015, I guarantee you, is definitely going to be the year where we're going to see some real next-gen games. We're going to really see what developers can do with the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and maybe Wii U. But when it comes to all three consoles, I definitely see most multi-platforms only being on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4, and the Wii U mostly having exclusives and maybe a few multi-plats here and there. So, overall, I like this year's E3. Definitely could have been a bit better, but I'd say Nintendo and maybe Microsoft saved it. If they did just as bad as Sony, not saying Sony did bad, but if they did just as bad as Sony did, then it probably would have been a terrible E3, but overall, it was okay. So, that's what I thought about E3 this year with all three competitors. Well, I don't know if you can call Nintendo a competitor, but yeah, that's what I thought. I hope you enjoyed this commentary, and I will see you guys for my next video. Until then, I'm out.